The 1996 NBA season had just begun a week ago, yet all the buzz was completely dominated by two phenomenal rookies. In the East, the Ants Allen Iverson was scoring at will, tearing through defenses like a madman. In the West, Kobe Bryant, the teenage prodigy, was an all-around warrior who had yet to taste defeat. And now, the moment for King versus King had finally arrived. Iverson's 7'6" EIS were about to hit the road to challenge Kobe's undefeated Lakers. At that moment, the Great Western Forum in Los Angeles was packed to the rafters. The atmosphere thick with playoff intensity, camera flashes blinding like lightning. This showdown between the golden generation of '96 had turned what was supposed to be a regular season game into a national spectacle. In the players' tunnel, Iverson of Philadelphia was the last to emerge. He pounded his chest, his eyes sharp as blades, his body radiating a murderous aura that screamed, "I'm here to destroy." Meanwhile, on the Lakers' side, Shaquille O'Neal was still joking around. But everyone's gaze drifted toward that quiet figure, Kobe. He was simply focused on tying his shoelaces, ignoring the chaos around him, though the tension in his jaw betrayed his burning will to compete. Coach Dale Harris laid out the plan, let Eddie Jones wear Iverson down, and attack the paint through Shaq. But the moment the game started, the plan went up in smoke. On the 7'6" EI's first possession, Iverson took the pass, made a violent crossover, and instantly left his defender behind. He drove straight to the rim, facing the giant 1L's help defense. He twisted in midair and somehow finished with a reverse layup off the glass. Iverson showed no expression after scoring, but his eyes swept across Kobe's direction, pure provocation. The Lakers responded through Shaq's power in the paint, but coming back down, Iverson's speed didn't drop an inch, using a screen to shake off Jones. He stopped just beyond the three-point line, pulled up, swish, nothing but net. He had already scored 5 straight points, and his display of extreme hero ball sent the entire arena into a frenzy. Over the next few minutes, it was completely time. Iverson attacked inside and out, unstoppable, almost single-handedly taking on the entire Lakers squad. At the first official timeout, the Lakers led only 15-14, with Iverson responsible for all 12 of Philadelphia's points. Kobe, Coach Harris no longer hesitated. You have one mission, shut him down. Kobe ripped off his warm-up, ice turning cold, as he stepped onto the floor and matched up directly with Iverson. The arena exploded. Iverson saw him and smirked, his fighting spirit flaring higher. But this time, he miscalculated. Kobe immediately closed the gap, lowering his stance, his footwork quick and sharp, cutting off every driving lane. Iverson crossed left, right, left again, but couldn't shake him. The rookie's defense was far tougher than the film had shown. The shot clock ticked down. Unable to find a gap, Iverson was forced into a high-difficulty step-back jumper. Kobe's contest nearly smacked him in the face. Clang, the ball bounced off the rim, Shaq grabbed the rebound, and Kobe had just shut down AI on his first defensive possession. On the ensuing play, Iverson took on Kobe himself, but Kobe didn't even glance at him, calmly reading the floor. He lobbed a perfect pass to Shaq. When the defense collapsed, Shaq kicked it out. Eddie Jones, wide open, three-pointer, good. Next possession, Iverson tried to get open off the ball, but Kobe shadowed him like a reflection, using constant body contact to drain his stamina. Iverson fought desperately to receive the ball, but by the time he did, the clock was nearly gone. Forced to drive, he ran straight into Kobe's chest. It was like hitting a wall. He had to stop and dish it out, resulting in another failed attack. End of the first quarter, Lakers 25, Sixers 20. During Kobe's stretch on the floor, Iverson didn't score a single point. When Iverson looked at Kobe now, the taunting in his eyes had turned into something else, respect and wariness. He finally understood. Tonight's prey was a black mamba bearing its fangs. During the timeout, the 7'6" ERS bench sat in silence. Iverson, a towel draped over his head, guzzled water. The head coach barked nearby, demanding others step up and set screens. AI couldn't carry everything alone. On the Lakers' side, the mood was electric. Shaq slapped Kobe's back hard, laughing, "Nice job, kid. He's not that scary after all." Kobe just nodded quietly, sweat dripping down his face, his gaze still sharp as a knife. The second quarter began. Iverson sat for rest, but Kobe stayed on the floor to lead the second unit. This time, he wasn't just focused on defense. He transformed into a full-on floor general. First, a perfect pick and roll assist for an easy bucket. Then, on a fast break, a no-look pass to a corner shooter. Bang, three-pointer. The Lakers' lead ballooned to double digits. When Iverson returned, his face was dark as thunder. He immediately ramped up his offense. But Kobe's defense was suffocating, relentless. Several forced shots, all missed. For the first time, frustration crept across Iverson's face. Finally, after multiple crossovers, he managed to shake some space for a pull-up jumper. But Kobe's recovery was lightning fast, hand in his face. Heavy contest, clang, another miss. The rebound fell right into Kobe's hands, without hesitation. He turned and sprinted full court. Iverson reacted instantly, chasing at top speed. 2 blurs, 1 purple, 1 black, streaked across the hardwood. The entire crowd rose to its feet, ready for a duel of kings. Inside the arc, Kobe suddenly decelerated, leaned into Iverson, then spun sharply. Iverson was half a step late. Kobe rose for a smooth, graceful fadeaway jumper. Swish, nothing but net. Kobe had just scored on Iverson face-to-face. His expression didn't change. It was just business. But that shot ignited the building like dynamite. Fired up, Iverson struck back. On the next possession, he bulldozed past Kobe with a contorted, impossible move, drawing the foul as he finished a layup. Ah, Iverson roared, pounding his chest, glaring fiercely at Kobe. After sinking the free throw, answer time was back. From that point on, Iverson went berserk, ignoring defenders, forcing his way to the rim or draining jumpers. Unstoppable in his fury, Kobe's defense was elite. But even he couldn't contain AI in full beast mode. By the halftime buzzer, Iverson had poured in 22 points on 19 shots. While Kobe, in contrast, tallied 8 points, 5 assists, 4 rebounds, and 0 turnovers on just 6 shots. One burned like fire, the other cold as ice. The song of ice and fire had only just begun. The second half began, and the war reignited. The Lakers immediately implemented a new defensive strategy. Kobe stayed glued to Iverson, while the rest of the team stood ready to trap at any moment. But Iverson was Kobe's answer for a reason. He always found solutions. He reduced his dribbling, used even the slightest screen, and exploded into action, hitting pull-ups and crashing into the paint like a man strapped with dynamite. The third quarter turned into a brutal slugfest. Iverson kept scoring, but burned through his stamina fast. While Kobe finally bared his own fangs on offense, on one possession, Kobe posted up Iverson on the wing, powered through him, then spun, and launched a silky fadeaway. Swish, he answered the answer with the answer's own weapon. The duel had fully erupted into a head-to-head shootout. After 3 quarters, the Lakers still led by 6. Iverson had a monstrous 35 points on 28 shots, while Kobe had a precise, efficient line, 18 points, 7 assists, 6 rebounds, and 3 steals. As the fourth quarter began, fatigue became a factor. Iverson's shooting percentage began to dip, and then came the turning point, the tiny detail that changed everything. During one defensive sequence, Kobe perfectly anticipated Iverson's drive, established position, and drew an offensive foul. Eyes fourth personal. Frustrated, Iverson waved his arms and had to sit. Those few minutes on the bench became the game's hinge. Kobe seized the moment and completely took over. First, an assist to Shaq for a thunderous dunk, then, a three-pointer of his own. Next, a steal and coast-to-coast layup. A 7-0 Lakers run suddenly opened up a 13-point gap. When Iverson returned, less than 5 minutes remained. The tide had turned. With just over a minute left, Kobe faced Iverson again. He faked the shot, got AI in the air, then calmly drained a mid-range jumper. Dagger. The game was sealed. Final score, Lakers 101, Sixers 92. Iverson's 41 points came on 33 attempts, while Kobe delivered 25 points, 9 assists, 8 rebounds, and 4 steals on over 60% shooting, a statistical domination. Iverson won the numbers, but Kobe won the game. After the final buzzer, they met at center court and embraced tightly. No words were needed. Both could feel the strength and respect of the other. East's answer versus West's Black Mamba. Round 1 belonged to Kobe, whose all-around brilliance gave his own answer. But the fire of that epic battle hadn't yet cooled when the Lakers immediately had to board a plane for the second night of a back-to-back, their next opponent. The veteran powerhouse Utah Jazz, led by the legendary duo Karl Malone and John Stockton, in the notorious high-altitude hell of Salt Lake City. To make matters worse, the Lakers were running on fumes after the war with Philly. Nearly everyone predicted an easy Jazz victory. The outside world doubted them, back-to-back at altitude. Too much for the young Lakers. Let's see how Malone and Stockton teach these kids a lesson. Inside the locker room, the mood was heavy. Shaq rubbed his sore muscles, and everyone else looked drained. Coach Harris' expression was grim. Listen up. Forget yesterday. Tonight will be the hardest test yet. Then his gaze locked on Kobe. Kobe, I know you're tired, but tonight I need you to guard Stockton. Make him uncomfortable. Don't let him set the table. Their whole offense starts with him. Yes, coach, Kobe answered, eyes burning with determination. No hesitation, no excuses. True warriors prove themselves in adversity. The game tipped off and quickly slid into the Jets' preferred rhythm. Slow, physical, grinded-out basketball. The Malone-Stockton pick and roll was textbook perfection, and Utah grabbed an early lead. Kobe's assignment was brutal. He had to give everything, 200% focus, just to chase that crafty veteran around screens. Meanwhile, the Lakers' offense sputtered. Shaq was completely bottled up. By the first timeout, they were down 6. Coach Harris barked for more entry passes to Shaq, but the ball couldn't even get inside. That's when Kobe stepped up again. He stopped waiting for the ball and began cutting non-stop, his timing and angles razor sharp. He darted through traffic, using Shaq's screens to shed defenders. Stockton got slammed by a pick, and Kobe burst open. Shaq, reading it instantly, delivered a perfect bounce pass. Kobe rose and buried a mid-range jumper. That bucket cracked the Jets' defense open. Kobe had become the key to unlocking their iron fortress. He ran tirelessly, shredding the defense with movement and precision passes that fed Shaq in rhythm. The big fella went wild, dominating the paint. Shaq started dunking everything. By halftime, the Lakers had fought back to lead by 2. The second half devolved into a brutal tug-of-war, with the score swinging back and forth. Kobe's legs felt like lead, but the fire in his eyes never dimmed. With 3 minutes left, the score was tied at 85. The Jazz ran their signature play, Stockton to Malone pick and roll. Stockton sent the pass, as always, toward Malone, but in a flash, Kobe read it perfectly. He lunged, fingertips grazing the ball, deflection, a critical steal. Utah scrambled, missed a rushed shot, and the Lakers took over. Kobe brought the ball up, milking the clock. Suddenly, he accelerated, drawing the double team, then snapped a pass to the corner. Eddie Jones, catch, shoot, splash, 88-85 Lakers. In the final seconds, Kobe's suffocating defense forced Stockton into a missed three. Game over, Lakers 89, Jazz 85. Kobe's stat line, 15 points, 11 assists, 7 rebounds, 3 steals, 2 blocks. He not only fed Shaq, but also tied Stockton up in knots. After the game, even Stockton couldn't help but praise him. That kid doesn't play like a rookie. Shaq bumped chests with Kobe. Hell yeah, kid, those passes were perfect. Back-to-back wins over elite teams. Kobe had proven once again that his arsenal was far deeper than anyone realized. The Lakers' win streak grew, and the buzz around Kobe for Rookie of the Year roared across the league. But a true storm was on the horizon. November 1996. The United Center in Chicago. The opponent, none other than the god of basketball himself, Michael Jordan. High school rookie Kobe Bryant was about to face the ultimate test. This wasn't just another game. The media had hyped it as a royal ceremony. The preview of a throne being passed down. The Chicago Tribune's headline dripped arrogance. Welcome to the real league, kid. Michael will show him the difference. The Los Angeles Times carried a tone of anticipation. Kobe's trial by fire, head-to-head with God. ESPN ran 24-hour highlight loops of both players under a single blazing title. Now versus the future. Then came the pregame interviews, gasoline on the fire. Reporters shoved microphones at Jordan. Michael, how do you view Kobe? Many say he plays just like you. Jordan, cigar between his lips, gave that trademark sly grin. He exhaled a perfect smoke ring. Kobe Bryant. The kid's got energy. I've seen some of his tape. He plays hard. Then his tone sharpened, eyes narrowing to daggers. But every season there are a few kids who think they can change the league. Then they meet me. I'll make sure to give him a proper welcome. It's part of the ritual. Those words exploded across America. Pure Jordan dominance, but also psychological warfare in its rarest form. Yet amid the nationwide noise, Kobe refused all interviews. He locked himself in his room, staring intently at film of Jordan's every move, every fadeaway, every jab step, every counter. He felt no nervousness, no anger, only a strange, burning excitement. Pure, unfiltered, almost uncontrollable excitement. This was it, the ultimate goal of his rebirth, the man he was destined to surpass. Coach Harris, worried, knocked on his door. Kobe, don't let Michael's words get to you. It's his mind game. Kobe suddenly looked up. The light in his eyes startled the coach. It was fierce, focused, almost divine. I know, coach, I respect Michael Jordan. He's the greatest ever. A faint smile curled at Kobe's lips. And that's exactly why I'm so excited. In that moment, Coach Harris realized, this kid wasn't pretending to be calm. He was enjoying the challenge. His mind was built for moments like this. Game night. The United Center was packed to suffocation. When the announcer called Michael Jordan's name, the roof nearly came off. When Kobe's name was introduced, the crowd erupted in boos and jeers. The noise was deafening. During warm-ups, a loose ball rolled to Jordan's feet. Kobe jogged over to pick it up, their first face-to-face moment. Jordan, half grinning, said, "Hey, kid, heard you want to challenge me." Kobe bent down, picked up the ball, and looked him dead in the eyes. Calm but firm. "No, sir, I'm not here to challenge you." Jordan raised an eyebrow, mildly surprised. Then Kobe paused. One breath. Then, word by word, clear and unwavering. "I'm here to beat you." Kobe turned and walked away. Jordan stood frozen for a moment, the smile fading, then returning, darker, sharper, more dangerous. The air inside the United Center turned electric, fire and gasoline. The war was about to begin. When the referee's whistle blew, the battle officially commenced. The Lakers won the tip. Nick Van Exel brought the ball up, but Scottie Pippen stuck to him like glue. The ball went inside to Shaq. He spun and hooked, but Dennis Rodman came flying out of nowhere, tipping the shot. The Bulls grabbed the rebound and pushed the pace. Jordan didn't demand the ball right away. He moved without it, slashing through screens, pulling defenders like gravity. Mid-range jumper, missed. The Lakers failed to convert on the other end as well. The opening minutes were suffocating defensive duel, finals-level intensity. 3.5 minutes in, the score was a dull 4-4. Then Jordan went to work, catching the ball on the wing against Eddie Jones. No fancy dribbles, just a subtle jab step. Rise. Release. Silky. Swish. The United Center exploded. Jordan's face stayed cold, but on the way back, his eyes flicked toward Kobe. Silent message delivered, welcome to the real game. A few possessions later, same setup, screen, catch, pull up, money again, 8-4 Bulls, Lakers timeout. Coach Harris made his decision. Kobe, you are in, take out Nick, your only job, stick with him. Yes, coach. Kobe tore off his warm-up. The fire in his eyes flared to life. The announcer's voice cracked with excitement. Kobe Bryant enters the game. He went straight to Jordan. The moment the crowd had been waiting for had arrived early. Everyone in the arena stood up. Cameras locked in on the two, 14 years apart, yet destined to collide. Jordan saw Kobe checking in and smiled that familiar, predatory smile. He waved off a screen, demanding the ball. He wanted to greet the mouthy kid personally. At the top of the key, Jordan dribbled casually, eyeing his prey. Ready for class, rookie. Jordan kept that sly smile, then suddenly jabbed once, spun, and pulled up for a jumper in one smooth motion. The move was lightning quick, vintage Jordan. Swish, nothing but net, the arena detonated, the noise deafening. Kobe didn't flinch. He met Jordan's eyes, unblinking, every muscle taut like a drawn bowstring. Next possession, Jordan went at him again, another jab step, a fake. Then a quick drive left. Kobe reacted instantly, sliding his feet perfectly, cutting him off. But Jordan stopped on a dime, rose straight up, and nailed a mid-range jumper over Kobe's outstretched hand. Swish again. The crowd roared. Jordan's expression remained stone-cold, but inside, he could feel it. The kid wasn't backing down. He'd seen that fire before. The duel continued. On defense, Kobe refused to bite on fakes, forcing Jordan into contested shots. On offense, he attacked with youthful fearlessness, slashing through Pippen and Rodman, taking every inch of space the defense allowed. Midway through the second quarter, Kobe got the ball at the top of the key, called for an isolation, and bang, hit a high-arsing fadeaway that kissed the net. The crowd gasped for a split second. Even Jordan's eyes flickered with recognition. That was his move. The cameras caught it perfectly. Jordan smirking, Kobe expressionless. It was teacher versus student, mirror versus reflection. By halftime, the Bulls led narrowly, 48-44. Jordan had 14 points, while Kobe posted 8 points, 3 assists, and 3 rebounds off the bench. But what everyone was talking about wasn't the score, it was the energy, the tension, the sense that the future was clawing at the door of the present. In the locker room, the Lakers were buzzing. Shaq patted Kobe's shoulder, laughing. You were really going at him, huh? I like it. Kobe just nodded, eyes distant, lost in thought. He was still replaying every one of Jordan's moves in his head. The second half began, and the United Center turned into a coliseum. Jordan started hot again, post up, fade away, swish. The crowd chanted MVP. But Kobe answered right back, a spin move, hesitation, crossover, mid-range jumper. Good, the kid was fearless. Possession after possession, they hunted each other down. Jordan used craft and mastery. Kobe countered with athleticism and hunger. Each score from one drew a response from the other. Late in the third, Kobe stripped Jordan clean, raced dunked, and hammered home a two-handed dunk. The building erupted, not in cheers, but in disbelief. The rookie had just stolen from the GOAT. Jordan nodded, half smiling. He wasn't angry. He was intrigued. The kid had earned his attention. In the fourth quarter, Jordan began to turn up the heat. Every possession became a lesson. Footwork, balance, timing, patience. He drew fouls, manipulated angles, and buried jumper after jumper. Kobe fought back with sheer willpower, refusing to fade. With 2 minutes left, the Bulls led by 6. Jordan had 29. Kobe had 17. Jordan faced him one last time, dribbling low, eyes locked. He leaned right, spun left, pulled up, swish. The crowd erupted. That was the dagger. But as Jordan jogged back, Kobe followed him step for step, eyes still blazing, no fear, no surrender, just promise. When the final buzzer sounded, the Bulls won 94-86. Jordan finished with 32 points, 6 assists, and 5 rebounds. Kobe posted 19 points, 4 assists, and 3 rebounds in 25 minutes, a rookie performance that shook the league. At midcourt, they met once more. Jordan patted Kobe's shoulder and leaned in just enough for the cameras to miss it. Good game, kid, he said softly. Kobe smiled faintly, not good enough yet. Jordan chuckled, walking away, the faintest glint of approval in his eyes. He'd seen a lot of challenges, but this one felt different. This one had that look. The future had arrived, and it was staring straight into the eyes of the present.